Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Public Praise. Here today, I have with me Angelica Wilshire. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. I want to thank you for coming to the show because you are a fabulous singer-songwriter. Please tell our audience, how long have you been writing your wonderful songs?
So, believe it or not, I started around the age of 16. I came home one day and I wrote a little chorus and I was like, Dad, Mom, I wrote a song. And they were like tired and like, okay. And I sang the chorus and they were like, Angie, that sounds like something we've heard before. No, so I just kept writing. And every now and again, I just, in my journal, I've been keeping my songs throughout the years. And then this past, a couple years ago, I decided to put them together in a project to say thanks to God for all he's done throughout the years. And so the project is actually my first song that I've ever written from age 16 to about age 30.
Wow.
14 years.
14 years. That's an amazing testimony. So,
Thank you.
When did you discover that you actually had the gift of writing? Because you said you've been writing one song for so long. Did you realize it was a gift right away, or did you realize later?
Well, I mean, long ago, someone in church gave me a journal, and I just started to write my thoughts. And I always really enjoyed music, and I like to sing. So I think it was around 16 that, when I started to write that first song, and then I just put it away. And then I kept writing. I've been a part of choirs and worship teams, but I was always pretty behind the scenes kind of girl. In college, I was a part of a choir. Shout out to Voices of Imani. And but I was on the board, but I was a chaplain. So thinking about devotionals and things to that nature. I was never really thinking about what I was writing at the time. So it wasn't really until my 20s that actually, at the beginning of my 20s, I sat down with someone who was musical and we did a little demo just for fun. And I didn't do anything with it. And then later on, I just decided I want to put something together. So it kind of came to me throughout the years, but I pretty much didn't make a big deal out of it.
All right, so you talked about being in the background for so many years. What made you want to step out?
Well, again, it was a sense of, Lord, you've been there for me. It's actually twofold. I remember walking in Franklin Park with one of my friends, and I said, I have these songs, and some of them I remember were from a period of time where I felt so close to the Lord, or the song reminded me of being close to the Lord, so I want to sing those songs again. So I want to work on this project just because I thought it would help me get those prayers back into my heart again. So that was one thing. The other thing was I was in Bible study and they were talking about the woman with the alabaster box and how she gave her all. And I remember sitting there thinking, Lord, I want to give you my best. And I think I'd like to work on this project just to say thank you. So that was what made me step out. It wasn't really to kind of be famous per se. I just wanted to kind of say thank you in a public way, in a permanent way, and God uses it all.
Awesome. So talk a little bit more about your project for me. What am I expecting to hear? What are the listeners expecting to hear on your project?
Okay, so the name of the project is Between You and I, a collection of love letters, and it's just, again, a collection of my writings to God. Sometimes there are some songs based on scripture. There are songs in the first person, as if I can imagine what the Lord would say to me through his word in various seasons of my life. And so there are some up-tempo songs. There are some slower songs and in-between songs. So you can find a bit of a journey there. The first song, I think you'll find some surprises on the
Okay.
album.
Okay.
I have like a bilingual song. My parents are from Panama.
Oh, okay.
So I had to shout out there. There's one song where I spit for a little
Okay.
bit.
So it's eclectic.
It's eclectic.
Okay.
It was a collection of my heart. I tried to just be as creative as I could be. I poured my all into it. So I hope that everyone likes it and enjoys it.
Okay.
Is blessed by it.
So it sounds like an awesome project. I already heard some beautiful songs, so I'm very excited for you to perform. But what's next for you? What if someone runs into one of your songs and it's, you know, it's everyone's singing it and worship during worship? What's next for you? What is your thought behind that?
Well, I want to continue to write. I went to this worship retreat. It was for like musicians, people in the music world, worship leaders, worship pastors, and songwriters. And one of the things that I got out of it was how important it is that your ministry is a way to keep your heart stayed on the Lord. And obviously you're there to bless others, but I really feel also that my songs are a means for me to keep my heart trained on the Lord, and it's a part of my journey with Him. And so I want to continue to write and sing and share it with my community, share it with the world, maybe write for other people. I'd like to do that too. Yeah. I'd like to learn how to play the keys so I can be a little bit more able to work with other musicians, not just in the writing, but in some of the musicality behind it. Just continue using my gift and getting stronger for God's glory.
Amen. Love it. So I have one more question. It's my signature question I always ask.
Okay.
Here at Public Praise, our mantra is we're proud to proclaim and never ashamed. Why are you proud to proclaim and never ashamed?
Because the Lord is just so consistent. He's very consistent, very faithful. Whether it's times, hard times, good times, in between times, whether you're not sure if you're in the promised land or the desert, times when everyone's lifting you up, and times when you feel alone, the Lord has always been there for me. And I can't turn my back on that kind of consistent love. And it's something that I just want to continue to pursue and get to know Him, and it'll never end. So it's a great thing, and that's why I'm not ashamed.
Love that answer. That was so genuine. But Angelica, thank you for stopping by. We're going to have a performance right here. More to continue on Public Praise TV.
Hey everyone, this is Angelica Wilshire here. I just want to say thank you to Public Praise for inviting me in. If you want to get in contact with me or hear more about my music, you can go to www.awilshiremusic.com, Facebook, www.facebook.com/awilshiremusic, or you can contact me via email at awilshiremusic@gmail.com. Thanks and take care.